Today we are going to do Chef Eugene roast beef. This recipe is from a famous chef, and it makes the most amazing prime rib that is perfectly pink and delicious. The key to this recipe is to let the beef sit out at room temperature for at least 6 hours. That way you get an even cook throughout the entire roast. Now, if you have a smaller roast, the math won't work out. If you have a bigger roast, the math will work out perfectly. So just keep that in mind. Alright, let's go check out the ingredients and get started. Here are the ingredients that you will need to get started. You will need 1 4-pound bone-in prime rib roast. Make sure your beef is at room temperature. I'll let mine sit out for about 8 hours. You will also need 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. Make sure your butter is softened. You will need 1 tablespoon of freshly ground black pepper. Now, if you don't have a pepper grinder, you can just use pre-ground black pepper. It won't be as fresh, but it will still taste good. Next, we rigon. Now need 1 teaspoon of herbs de Provence. And finally, we rigon. Now need some kosher salt to taste. That way, it's going to be easier to spread the butter mixture on the beef. Now the next step is to combine the butter, pepper, and the herbs de Provence in a small bowl. Go ahead and mix that up until it's all well blended. Once it's all well blended, go ahead and spread that mixture evenly over the entire roast. Now it's time to season the roast with some kosher salt. Go ahead and do that to taste. Now that we've got everything seasoned and ready to go, it's time to get this thing in the oven. This is going to be in a preheated oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius. We're just going to roast this for 20 minutes. Now, if you have a smaller or larger roast, just keep in mind the math. Basically, for every 4 pounds of roast, you're going to multiply that times 5 minutes. So, if you have a 2-pound roast, you're only going to roast it for 10 minutes. If you have a 6-pound roast, you're going to roast it for 30 minutes. After the 20 minutes is up, we're going to turn the oven off and leave the roast in the oven with the door closed for 2 hours. After the 2 hours is up, you're going to remove the roast from the oven, slice it up, and serve it up. Now, the reason why we do this is because we want the inside of the roast to be medium rare. The only way to ensure that is by letting it sit in the oven with the oven off. That way, it's going to cook the outside and keep the inside rare. Alright, that looks so good. Let's go take a taste. Oh man, that is so good. That is exactly what roast beef is supposed to taste like. Perfectly pink, medium rare, and delicious. Oh man, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I really enjoyed making it. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next one.